Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering why I'm not wearing my glasses, it's because this ring light is glaring and it's glaring off my glasses and it's just pissing me off. So I decided not to wear them. We'll see how it goes. I can't see anything. I'm blind. So today I have a book haul that's about a year old. Um, it's I went with my mom to Blue Ridge, Georgia, last October, which is more than a year ago now, actually. And there was a church, and they were having a sale for books, and there were like tables of books. I was in heaven, and I there was no space in the car, but I'm like, Mom, I need to get some books, and if you can hear that, that's all them books. First book I got is Stephen King's, or Richard Bachman's, depending on which name he's using when he's writing, The Running Man. I saw this movie, I think I saw the movie. It had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, I think. Yeah, I think so. The movie was terrible. It really is. I don't know why, but nobody can seem to really adapt a Stephen King novel well, except the recent It movie. Those are really the only ones that I like. It's about this guy, and his daughter is sick, and he goes on television where I think they have games. It's in this dystopian world. They have games where you compete for money, but I think there's murder involved. I think they kill each other for money, or they're running away from dying. I don't really. It's funny because I actually watched the movie in Blue Ridge before I got this book. So yeah, I'm not really sure what it's about, but it's Stephen King. Can't be that bad. The next one I picked up only for its cover, the giant butcher knife with a fly on it. I was like, hell yeah. But that was before I knew what it was about. This is about, it's a kitchen book. I really don't like kitchen books. And when I say kitchen book, I mean it's about the things that go on in these like restaurant kitchens, like with the cooking wait staff. It's so boring because it's always like everyone is so mean and like it's so tough and it's such a tough world, and I don't care. But it's about this guy who wanted to be a writer, but he's not making any money, so he goes and gets a job in this kitchen, and they call him Monocle. And the boss of the kitchen is an asshole, and him and all the other people in the kitchen want to overthrow this boss guy. And the guy, his father also is involved somehow. I don't know if I'm actually going to read this, to be honest. I might just try it. But I just really don't like kitchen books. I think it's not like they're so brutal. It's just like, it's an attempt to be like really edgy. I don't know how to say it, but like, we'll see. So my light just died and now it's back on. Thanks. Thank you. Next book I got is What the Night Knows by Dean Koontz. Me and Dean Koontz have a strange relationship. I used to love his books. One of his books is one of my favorites. It's called Life Expectancy. But I've read a couple of his books that the writing is just, sometimes it's like really condescending. Not a fan of that kind of like attempt at literary fiction in a like commercial fiction book. You know what I'm saying? But he does make really good stories, and this is about a serial killer who killed families, and the serial killer killed about like 4 families before he killed himself, and now X amount of years later, let me see if I can, half a continent and 2 decades later, it says, somebody starts killing families again, and this detective has to find out if it's a copycat or if it's the real guy, and it sounds interesting. I might give Dean Koontz a try again. I don't know. Next is The Number One Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith. This is one I've been wanting to read for a really long time. It's about a private detective in South Africa, I believe, and um, she gets pulled into like a bunch of different cases. But I've heard this is really good, and I'm excited to get to it. The next is one that I'm not entirely sure what it's about. It's called The Buried Book by D.M. Pulley, and this is one that I picked up mainly for the name. It sounds very interesting, the name, but you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover. I do that all the time anyway, so. It's about this kid who gets abandoned. He's like 9, by his mother. He gets abandoned by his mother on his uncle's farm, and he's like not accepting that, so he goes and tries to find his mother in Detroit and gets pulled into this like dirty underworld of like gambling and peep shows. And I mean, like, that's not enough really to pull me into a book, but I'll read it because I own it now. Like, I would have preferred something more descriptive, but I'll read it. The next is a book called Right Behind You by Lisa Gardner. Lisa Gardner is a pretty popular thriller author, I believe, or mystery author. And this is the 7th in a series, which I did not know when I picked it up. I have, like, a compulsion like, I can't read books out of order in a series. I can't do it. It bothers me, like, really bad. So I will probably first find the other books in the series before I read this. But it's about these 2 detectives who the series follows, and they adopt this little girl, and about 6 years ago, maybe, her older brother had murdered their father to save their lives, and she's now adopted, and her older brother is involved in a murder case, and the question is he a murderer? And I think they have to find him. I think so. But it sounds good. It sounds really good. And if I didn't have that aversion to reading books out of order, I probably would read this right away, because it sounds good. Next is one that I think is pretty popular, and that is Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides. This has been, it won the Pulitzer Prize. It says it like right there. It's really, really popular and lauded for its writing, I believe. But it's about like 3 generations of the Stephanides. I don't know how to pronounce Greek names, I'm so sorry. But it's about like 3 generations, and I think there's reincarnation involved. And I just probably will read it because it's so famous. I want to know what all the fuss is about. The last book I have is called Daughters of the Witching Hill. And I picked this up just for the name. What a sick name. Daughters of the Witching Hill. Like, come on. Who wouldn't pick that up? By Mary Sherratt. And this is apparently based on the Pendle witch trials of 1612, which I have never heard of. I think the Salem witch trials are like the famous witch trials, but I know New England had like witch trials all over the place. So apparently it's based on the Pendle witch trials. And it's about this woman named Bess Southerns, who is a witch, and she uses her witchcraft to make a living. And she teaches her best friend and her granddaughter how to use magic. One of them turns to evil, and the other turns to good, and the evil one, I believe, is led to accuse them of witchcraft. And obviously, in this puritanical society, you can't be a witch. It sounds good. I've never heard of Mary Sherratt or the Pendle witch trials, but I am intrigued, and I will be checking this out. I know that I said my next video would be when I would announce the giveaway winner, not the giveaway. But I decided to extend it a little bit to let people gradually, because only like 5 people have commented, and you have to comment to win, guys. So I'm waiting for more people, just like so that it's not like a 1 in 5 chance. That's too easy. It's too easy for you guys. In my actual next video, I will announce the giveaway winner. So look forward to that. Comment down below if you've read any of these books. I'm very interested in Middlesex and Right Behind You. So those will probably be on my wrap-ups in the future. That's all from me for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!